Thank you for tuning in to this conversation on leading through a crisis, where we engage leaders from around the world and discuss how they are leading in these uncertain times. Today, I'm joined by Sean Mooney. Sean is from Johannesburg, South Africa. Sean is currently supply chain manager for Royal Bafokeng Platinum Mines. He also is the director for My Aquaponics, which is a commercial aquaponics solutions company, and also the managing director for Silver Solutions. They distribute frozen fruit and vegetables in the greater Johannesburg or Gauteng area. So Sean, welcome today.
Thank you, Nathan.
Well, I got a couple of questions for you. The first one is this: how is this crisis affecting you directly, whether it's personally or professionally? Give us a bit of insight into that.
Sure. So I think it's our organization. First of all, the organization that I work for, Royal Bafokeng Platinum Mines, we're currently facing two crises at the moment. The one is the COVID-19 crisis, which I think everyone's aware that in South Africa we have the lockdown for 21 days. The second one, which also has a major impact on our business, is the fact that our only customer, and that's Anglo Platinum, that we supply all of our product that we've mined, declared a force majeure a few weeks ago as a result of their furnaces that broke down, and which means that for 3 months we're not able to supply any product to them or have any of our product processed by them, which has a major impact on our cash flow. Really, it means that our cash flow is severely hampered. So we're sitting with two major crises at the moment. From a business perspective, the only positive thing in connection with these two crises is that they are both occurring simultaneously. So I think it would have been more problematic if they were in series, one after the other. Fortunately, my main source of income is secure, at least for the next 21 days, but there is uncertainty. So should this continue for the next 2 to 3 months? So yeah, I think it's going to be a tough few months that's ahead for us as a business.
Sean, at the beginning of our conversation, before we went on air, you had said, "Hey, you're still continuing to lead your team at Royal Bafokeng Platinum Mines." So tell us a little bit. What are you doing there to continue to lead your team and to provide direction and maybe hope for them?
And I think, yeah, absolutely. I think for me, Nathan, we have constraints. We can't meet. I can't meet with my team. We can't achieve all of the objectives that we'd set out to do in the short term. But you know what? I had some conversations with my team and said, guys, how can we remain productive during this crisis, and how can we still add value to the organization? We've said, listen, we're still gonna jot down and make lists of the things that we can still achieve. We're going to use technology to connect with each other, and so we're focusing on that and saying, guys, let's not sit back. This is not a holiday. We are still being paid. The company has still been good to us to, from the perspective of paying our salaries during this crisis. But how can we continue to add value? Let's do that, and let's be conscientious in adding value to the organization. And this is how we're keeping ourselves accountable during this crisis.
Boy, some great insights. Thank you, Sean. Last question is this. As I watch the news or am a little bit on social media, I see doom and gloom and hopelessness. And obviously, as leaders, we've got to lead and give hope to those that we're leading. And so obviously, first of all, we've got to self-lead when it comes to hope, but then lead others. So give us a bit of a window into Sean Mooney on that one. Where does your source of hope come from, and how do you pass that on?
My source of hope is simply knowing that because I have faith in Jesus Christ, my long-term future is secure. I've learned not to become too anxious about short-term issues. For me, I view all of the short-term challenges, the COVID, some of the financial challenges that I've had, I see them as short term. So I've also learned that in these crises, I know that I do serve a loving and good Father, and I know that He's always with me through every crisis that I face, and I'm confident that He's able to take care of me, of my family. Having been in business and having been in the corporate world and having lost a daughter at a young age, I've had my fair share of crises throughout the years. You know, throughout every crisis, I've just know that God is able to take me through this. He's able to protect me and my family through these crises, and just trust Him. Trust Him that He's going to bring you through this.
Well, Sean, thank you for your time. Thank you for your insights and your expertise on leading through a crisis. And I know, you've given us some great insight today. And thank you for joining us today. If you aren't already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll be notified of our next conversations on leading through a crisis.